I wanted to focus on this new report that came out from Kelley Blue Book about the average new car price. And it is, I have to be honest with you, somewhat stunning to me that the average price of a new car in September was $50,080, making that the very first time that the going rate for a passenger vehicle in the United States has exceeded $50,000. And so along with that, and I have not like done the backward math on this. I'm thinking that the people that would be buying something like that would be getting a minimum of a 5-year loan, a 60-month loan, if not a 72-month loan. The average car payment attached to that vehicle is $749 a month. And, you know, I mean, you and I, you know, we're car enthusiasts and, we like to just sort of look and in some cases dream about things that we would, someday like to own or add to our garage, or we'd like to replace vehicles that we have. When you look at a $50,000 vehicle right now, it is not like, 10 years ago. And it's not even like 5 years ago. $50,000 car being the average, is going to be an average new car. Talk to me about the reality in particular for the younger members of our audience who are dealing with, the new world reality of being on their own, having their own rent, and now considering having to have a car to support the lifestyle that they want. If they're considering to buy a new car and let's say it's $750 a month, what's the average price of rent if you want to live on your own at this point?
Yeah. I mean, the reality is that the typical rent in the United States, asking rent in the United States is around $2,000. And so, if you add up a car payment, that's about $600 or $700, which by the way, it's very pricey. $700 for a car payment. That's pricey. It squeezes. I mean, if you got these obligations and then if you add, student loan debt, that's a lot. It's a lot for younger households, and so that's kind of the reality. I think in Q2, despite a kind of slowdown in the number of originations, auto loan balances rose by 13 billion from Q1 to Q2 and stand at about $1.7 trillion now. It's pretty big number. And so, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I think that, not surprised that younger households are feeling the pinch.
So something else to factor into this, and maybe this raises it up a little bit in terms of age bracket, but maybe not so much that this is, not contextual or irrelevant. And ABC News did this reporting. They rolled it out, last night on, Thursday, October 16th. I happened to just catch it, as part of their nightly news. More than 1 in 4 new vehicle owners owe more on their cars, than what they're worth. And, the vast majority of those cars were purchased, during the COVID period where manufacturing was slowed or stopped. And, prices were extremely high. I mean, that's really where car prices just went straight up. But these people who also, and I believe, and I've seen this from another source, not from ABC News, that the average car that is owned by an American that they're seeking to trade has somewhere in the ballpark of $7,000 of negative equity. So if you're looking to get out of your car, and, you're $7,000 underwater, which you're going to have to refinance.
Right.
$10,000 is a number that shows up in this picture as well. That further complicates your ability to get out and would make that average $50,000 car more like a $57,000 car at whatever today's finance rate is, because you are going to roll that debt into your new car purchase. That just doesn't go away. So that further complicates, the opportunities for people who had, for whatever reason, to buy a car in that COVID period, and more likely either paid sticker price for it or paid above sticker price because of the demand that existed in the market at the time.
Yeah. I mean, the hard part is the people need cars to get to work. Right. And so, you get stuck. You really get stuck. And it adds up, and you're not even talking about the kind of foregone, opportunity to invest those funds into the stock market and actually grow your wealth, as opposed to getting stuck paying down, for this thing that, just loses its value, over time. So it is a sad place to be in, I think.
Well, let's put it, and let's close with this. If you are considering, like, first of all, if you're obligated to rent, and everybody needs a place to live, right? If you're going to work, you want to live on your own. If your rent is in the $2,000 range on average, and, you're thinking about adding another $750 a month, what kind of money do you have to be making to live that scenario?
Well, I mean, I think the good news is that if you look at the New York Fed household debt report, you learn very quickly that credit scores have been on the rise. Like, so the credit scores at origination have been on the rise, and so the people that are taking out those loans usually tend to have better credit to start with.
They're qualifying for better rates.
And they're qualifying for better rates. I think that's the silver lining. That's the good news here, that look, we are seeing kind of this uptick in delinquency rates, but it's not those newly originated loans, because you're starting to see the people that are taking out those loans that are shopping are, qualify for better rates, have better credit. So I think that's the good news in that entire story. But yeah, I mean, higher interest rates are going to filter out a large number of people there, right? You're going to have people that are better qualified, higher income, better credit, transacting in this environment. And it's consistent with everything we're seeing in the rest of the U.S. economy, right? That basically it's kind of the upper end of the income distribution that are carrying the U.S. economy right now, especially right now when the labor market's kind of frozen and people have kind of run out of their excess savings, from a few years ago.
All right, my friend. I appreciate your thoughts as always. For Orphe Divounguy, this has been Chris Krug. Subscribe to Everyday Economics wherever you get your podcasts, and make sure you listen to Dr. O and me each week on the Center Square Radio Hour.